Hi, guys, and welcome to the TravelTube podcast, which is the gateway to exploring Africa and the world at large. With me today is our beautiful guest who I'd let introduce herself and tell us something fun she likes to do. So, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm Saumu. Currently living in Austria. Been out of Kenya for the last 6 years, and I love traveling. I love swimming. I love having fun.
Awesome. You
Yeah.
love traveling, you love swimming. I wish I knew how to
Yeah,
swim.
you can still learn. You
I,
still
thi- I
have.
think my bones are already grown. I don't know. I don't have this. I'm full of phobias. I can't.
That's what I thought before I learned. So
For
you still have
real.
a chance. Yeah.
How old are you?
When I learned,
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's not really long ago. It's just a few years back. I
Oh.
think 3 or 4 years. I could float at least, but I couldn't really swim.
I can't float. I can't do anything.
Uh,
Anyway, I mean, we live in land, so
yeah,
I'm not going to die before I haven't learned how to swim. And I've never seen a
exactly.
fish walking, so I have no hurry.
Yeah.
And you've also mentioned that you like traveling. So could you kindly tell us places that you've traveled to?
Um, well, I've been to Germany. I've lived there for some time, and I've been to Switzerland. I've been to Austria. This is where I live right now.
Mhm.
Otherwise, I've been for a short time to Croatia, to France, to Italy, to the US, to Slovakia, to Hungary. Exactly. Yeah. And maybe somewhere I've forgotten.
Hey.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed. That's a lot of traveling. I'm actually jealous. That's nice. So
Yeah.
if I could ask you, could you share your overall impressions of the experiences in the countries that you visited? What stood out to you about them and about each destination?
Let's start with Paris, the city
Mm-hmm.
of love.
Paris.
Yeah, it was actually my first holiday with my boyfriend, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was like a weekend getaway. I loved it. The Eiffel Tour is very beautiful. I had to we went to Disneyland. We had, I mean, I don't remember much, but there is this one, I think it's a palace called Versailles, and they had a really special evening with fireworks and everything. That was really nice. Something I liked about that place. It's quite big, and yeah, basically Paris is a beautiful place, somewhere everyone would like to go. Yeah, and I mean, living in Germany has been also a very nice experience for me. I was living in Munich. It's quite a city, yeah, at the south of Germany, and it was quite diverse, also international people living there, and I got to meet a few Kenyans who we are still close until now. We became friends, and yeah, it's one of the big cities. Comparing to Berlin, I think I would like to live in Munich more. Berlin is quite big,
Huh?
and yeah, Munich I think is just uh, what can I say, a cultural city. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. And what about this is other country you've mentioned, Croatia. How was it?
Croatia, it was like beach holiday. They have very nice beaches. I mean, I don't remember really much. It was quite a while, but it was also a very nice place to visit during the summer. Many people like to go there because that's one of the countries that is close to Austria and Germany, which are landlocked countries. So when people want to go to the beach getaway or something like that, it's one of the destinations where the Germans like to go. There's also this island in Spain, Mallorca, where most of the Germans also take it as a holiday destination with very nice beaches, and it's quite nice for young people. That's where, yeah, you have most of the parties,
Mhm.
and it's quite fun. Yeah.
You had me at parties. Even you
Yeah.
had parties. And when you're visiting these countries, was there something that you were going to do? Was it studying? Was it vacations? Were you going to visit someone or work?
I mean, my first destination, Germany, I was invited by a host family. And yeah, I was invited. I stayed with them for like a year. And
Mhm.
then, while I was staying with them, that's when I decided that I would like to stay longer in Germany. So I looked for other opportunities to stay, and everything just worked out. Otherwise, in Austria, I came to study. So this is where I got my bachelor's degree, and I'm also doing my master's right now. Exactly.
Awesome. So,
Yeah.
what were you studying for, and which school were you at?
I studied international business consultancy for my bachelor's degree at it's called University of Applied Sciences in Neustadt.
Hmm.
And right now I'm studying international management and leadership, the master program at Lauda Business School in Vienna. Yeah.
Big name. Big names. I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. So when you went to study to this school that you studied at, with what were the qualifications for a person who is not who is not originally from Austria?
Mhm.
What were the qualifications to be chosen to go and study there?
Actually, it was not very difficult. You needed to have a KCSE certificate.
Hmm.
They didn't really check which grade you had, but the certificates had to be certified, I guess. Is that the
Hmm.
name? Yeah. And if you also have a previous degree from another university, you can also apply and get inside. So that was the process.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It actually looks so easy.
It wasn't so easy. I mean, the paperwork is a lot,
Uh-huh.
but once you're done with that, you're set. Oh, and if you haven't studied before, I just forgot this. If you haven't studied before, you will have to do SAT. It's a exam procedure that's usually is the entry exam for universities or colleges in the US,
Hmm.
and that's like one of the way they try to examine you before you start studying there if you do not have any other degree. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. And I don't know if this is true. I'd like you to tell me, is it an absolute necessity for you to know German if you want to go to study in Germany?
It depends on the study course. Like if it's
Oh,
an English speaking course, you don't necessarily have to speak German. But if
no.
it's a German speaking course, then you really have to be good in German. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. I was about to get Nashina Panatuka. I'm like, hey, do I have to study a whole other language? I'm about to download Duolingo. Hey.
It's an advantage for you if you really can speak German in Austria or in Germany because like that's the language they like to use. If you want to live here for a long time, it's really
Mm-hmm.
advisable to speak German because you will have to speak it in the restaurants, in the supermarkets, anywhere you go. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And speaking of visa application, what was the
hmm
entire process like? Was it difficult? Was it hard? Did you have to go through an entire process of talking to people? How was it for you?
I mean, if it was easy, everyone would be here.
True.
Yeah, it wasn't a very easy process, especially like applying for the visa.
Mm-hmm.
For me, my visa application took around 2 months,
Mm-hmm.
and I needed to have, well, I need to think about this. But yeah, I needed to have my invitation. I needed to have my certificates ready. What else do I need? Yeah, exactly. A contract or something like that. They want to know if you can take care of yourself financially when you're there. That's one of the most important things. Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, so it's actually true. How? Because I've spoken to a couple of people before, and they've told me that when you go to a certain countries, some different countries, they'll have to actually look at your bank, at your credit or
Yeah.
your bank balance to see if you have like is it $100,000 or how much is it?
It's different depending on
Oh,
which country you're going to, and also depending on the kind of application you're making. So, yeah.
oh, okay. Nice, nice, nice. And well, that's for Germany. Was it? was it the same for these other countries that you visited, or you didn't need a visa to go to those countries?
Once you get the German visa, that's a Schengen kind of visa where you can travel around Europe without it requiring without needing any other kind of visa application. So it's quite easy to travel around Europe if you're already there.
Oh,
Yeah. I
okay.
mean, going to France, going to Switzerland, going to Croatia, it was quite easy. You just go.
Nice, 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 nice.
Yeah.
I'm loving this. And speaking of education systems, you told me that you've studied in Austria, right? Could
Yeah.
you kindly paint a picture for us of how they are different or maybe similar to each other between Kenya and the Austria system? Is it hard? Is it hard like ours?
It's actually difficult to say because I did not go to the university in Kenya, so I cannot
Oh.
really compare. Yeah, but I mean, studying is studying. Everyone has to study, so it's quite the process. I mean,
Mm.
yeah, I can't say it is easy because there is a lot of studying to do, but I mean, it's manageable. Yeah.
And what about the teaching structure that the lecturers or the teachers use? How is it?
Yeah, I was a COVID student, so I mean, I just started studying and then COVID came, so we had to change to move to Zoom and all these Microsoft Teams. And yeah, a lot of online classes. I mean, um, it's it just changed everything,
Mm-hmm.
but still I had a good experience studying. Yeah, I think I only had time to interact with my classmates like the first semester and the last semester. It was the rest, everything else for 3 years, it was just online.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. And now moving on to the social sectors in these countries that
Mm-hmm.
you visited, were you ever at any point faced with I don't know, these weird stares when you're walking around? People are like, hey, why does this girl look so different from us? Because I've had a couple of people. There's someone I was talking to, and they told me they had gone to it was actually a lady. She had visited Cambodia. She was one of the
Mm-hmm.
previous guests on a previous podcast, and she said that when she was at Cambodia, people were trying to touch her skin. They were wondering, why is this cheek not
Oh.
of the same complexion as we are?
Mm-hmm.
So, was there any weird encounter that you had with the locals over there, as being a black lady?
No, I think the cities where I've lived are quite modern cities where there is a lot of different kind of people living there. So the people, I think they are more open to seeing diversity, to seeing different skin colors and something like that. So it wasn't really a strange experience for me at all.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, that's nice. Because I know the people. This when people tell you stories, you get this certain idea at the back of your head. You're like, hey, am
Yeah.
I ever going to leave my country if I'm going to go over there and get treated this way? But I think as the world moves on, so people
Yeah. Also,
they'll
it depends on where you're going. I mean, the big cities are really open, and maybe you can go somewhere where there are not so many people who are used to seeing that, and you can just get some wild stares or something like that, but nothing bad happens really.
oh,
Yeah.
sorry, I just dropped something. Sorry. And you said that learning Germany isn't like an absolute necessity for you to study. It only depends on the course that you're going to do. So, do you know
Yeah.
in German? Could you like say hi to me in German?
Yes, can you reply in German?
No, no.
Okay.
How do you say I'm hungry?
Ich habe Hunger.
I don't even know what you say. Okay, another one.
Hmm.
Um, how do you say what's your name? Or let's say my name is Saumu. Introduce yourself in German.
Ja, ich heiße Saumu. Wie heißt du? That was my name is Saumu, and what is your name?
Oh, my name is AJ. Ama jina langu ni AJ.
Mm-hmm.
That's Swahili for my name is AJ.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to speak German with you, but you will not be able to reply. So
Yeah, I will did. It
yeah.
will it'll flop. And okay, moving on to our next question.
Hmm.
Is there, did you, when you were visiting in these countries, did you happen to attend any cultural events or any festivals of any kind?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I remember like when I just landed in Germany, it was the next weekend was the Oktoberfest. It's a major beer festival that's quite famous. People around the world are going there. It was quite nice, wearing the traditional German clothes, and I really had fun there. It was quite a good experience.
Mhm.
Drinking beer from 10 a.m.
Oh my God, you actually mentioned the Oktoberfest, and we also have it in Kenya. You've said it's worldwide. Is it the
Yeah.
same? Is it the same? Do they drink the same beer that we drink here? Because here in Kenya, the Oktoberfest is kind of a Tusker lager event.
Yeah, I think actually they copied it from the original one that's
Huh?
made in Germany.
Huh?
That's Oktoberfest. Like it's just a beer festival. It's all about drinking. This large glasses of beer. You get 1 liter. Yeah, you get 1 liter of beer when you order, and it's just about drinking the whole day and having fun and a lot of games and yeah, it's like a game park, game reserve with beer tents,
Mm-hmm.
large tents where thousands of people fit inside, and yeah, you get to just meet your friends, you book a table and drink the whole day.
Interesting. And what I know there's this other event called is it the Vienna Carnival? Have you attended something of the sort?
Vienna Carnival. I mean, the carnival is kind of the Latin Caribbean
Mm-hmm.
festival, and it was just like a copy of what they do in Trinidad and Tobago. And yeah, we were wearing the costumes, and it was just like more Caribbean music and dancing in the streets. Yeah.
Oh, I see. It's the event whereby they wear like outfits, flashy outfits with
Feathers.
colors. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've seen it
exactly.
in songs. I've seen it in songs too,
Yeah.
especially a Nicki Minaj song to be precise.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, the song Dear Love. I know it.
Yeah.
And okay, let me take us back to Germany.
Hmm.
You being a student there, do you know or identify any after studies job opportunities for international students?
Yeah, I mean I'm studying in Austria, so Austria and Germany, they're I think more of the same culture, and they value their students, they value their people, and once you like finish your degree here, you're given also 1 year time to just be looking for a job or find something if you would like to stay. So there are job opportunities depending on what you've studied. If you apply and you get picked, you can stay and continue working.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And is there like a specific type of job that international students can do, or you can just do anything?
Anyone can do anything, whatever you like, whatever you studied, you can work in that sector.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. 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 And you mentioned that when you were going to study in Austria, you had gotten an invite from the host.
To Germany, yes, when I was
Germany.
moving to Germany for the first time. Yeah.
Okay, so what are the best? Do you identify any best websites to apply for jobs as an international student?
That wasn't really a job. It was a program. Like my host family invited me. If you've heard of au pair,
Mm-hmm.
you can find it's a program for people around 18 to 28 years old. And you can apply online on Au Pair World or what's the other one? I forgot. I just remember this one. And once you apply, you find your family and you get into contact with them. They get to know you, and then they invite you to come and stay with them. And there you can help with taking care of the kids. And as you learn the German language, as you learn the culture. And yeah, that's how I got to come here.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's actually a thing. The second one that you've talked about, I've never heard of it. it looks really interesting. So you live with them, and
Yes,
so you are you paying for anything, or they're taking care of you?
they're giving you some pocket money as you
Oh,
help. Yeah,
nice, nice, nice. And as you take care of these kids, you said that you learned Germany. So
yeah.
was there ever an instant of language barriers, you being an African and them being German?
That's quite normal. At the beginning, you have to like go through it. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, if you don't really know how to express yourself in the German language, but I mean, for me, I had a very supportive family, and they supported me. They really helped me to learn. They told me, "Hey, if you would like to stay here, we have to
Mm-hmm.
change to German." And yeah, they really helped me to learn a lot. Like during my first year, I was able to understand, to read, to write, and it was, yeah, quite nice and easy to come to get to know the language.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
And you going to those countries, I'm pretty sure you went through airports, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So how would you compare the airports in Germany, Austria, Italy, Spain, Switzerland, the countries that you visited? How would you compare? What are the noticeable differences between their efficiency and the one here in Kenya?
Basically the same experience in most of the places I've been to.
Mhm.
Kenya, the airport in Kenya is quite small compared to some of them that I have been to. I mean, I have had to walk 30 minutes to 1 hour just trying to move from one gate to the next where I'm supposed to take my next flight, my connecting flight. For example, in Dubai, in Frankfurt, those are quite big airports where
Mhm.
you have to be ready to walk around. Yeah, but otherwise, the airport experience is always the same. Everyone hates the checks, the airport checks, the security checks, and all that thing, but it's part of the traveling experience.
And what about instances where when you're going to this particular country, people look at you weirdly, and you might be told to kind of exit the line. Have you ever experienced something of this sort, like some sort of racial profiling at the airport?
Not really. I
Oh,
rarely travel alone, so I haven't really had this kind of experience. Yeah.
okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. That's nice. That's nice. You're
Mhm.
actually really lucky because I've had people complaining, saying, "Ah, they were treating me differently because." But I think maybe it's also because they were guys. I think because they were guys.
Maybe, and depends on where you're coming from, where you're going to.
It
Yeah.
depends. It actually depends. And speaking of being an African woman in these countries, say I'm a student in say Germany or Austria, wherever you are, and I decide, oh, I don't want to be lonely. I want to go out and socialize with people and possibly meet a partner. So, like, what's the trick? How can how will it be possible or easy for me to be able to meet someone of the opposite sex and kind of build a relationship with them that's going to get to a long term relationship?
I mean, it's that's a very broad question. You know, it's quite like easy when you go out, you can always meet someone.
Huh?
Yeah, but there are many weekend gatherings. There are many Facebook groups where so many different things are happening. There are salsa bachata clubs. There are painting clubs. There are, I mean, people who like going rock climbing. People who like extreme sports. Like there are so many groups which you can just join. You go there and meet different people, and that's how you're able to make friends. If you're an outgoing person, it's quite easy to make friends. And if you're really trying to date, we have these dating apps also that are functioning, like Tinder and Badoo and all this kind, where I have friends. I know people who have met there and also have long-term relationships and got married. So whatever works for you.
Whatever works for you, whatever
Yeah,
rocks your boat.
exactly.
And speaking of the dating still, yeah, any dating advice that you'd give to say me, say I'm your friend who's coming to
Yeah.
Austria for the first time, and I tell you, Saumu, I'm bored. I need to meet someone who's going to kind of light up my world, if I'd say that. What dating advice would you give me?
Try dating apps. If you're not really someone who can just go and talk to people outside, you can meet on the phone,
Mhm.
on the internet, and get to know each other from there.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, okay. I mean, the world is going digital, so should you.
yeah.
Yeah. And what are some of the culture shocks that you experienced going into these countries? Say, let's start with Germany or Austria. What are some of the culture shocks you experienced?
Um, Culture shocks. Well, that everything works, first of all. I was just surprised when I joined my host family and we were making plans, like monthly plans or something like that, and we could tick everything off. Nothing went wrong. Exactly. Like everything works. We're working on time. And one thing, Germans are very punctual people. Like they'll be like on the clock. So that's one of the things I really had to adjust very quickly. Because I was used to like I will make plans and then maybe I will get late, but then yeah, 1 hour, 2 hours, no, that doesn't work. You have if it's 9, it's 9. The bus is on time. If it's coming at 8:58, it will be there exactly at the same minute. All
Mm-hmm.
the Yeah, all the transport systems. And yeah, one of the shocks exactly was that everything is on time, everything is working. There is no reason why something will not happen the way it was planned. Like, unless you don't want it to, you will just have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, and also like Germans are really straightforward people. They will tell you on your face whatever they think, and whether you like it or not, you will have to accept it. So yeah, that's one of the things that I learned, and it was a learning experience for me. I also I was looking forward to experience the different seasons, the winter seasons and the autumn and the spring, and they sounded really nice until you experience the cold in
Mm-hmm.
December.
In December.
In December, and you're
Oh, I
there
think
freezing.
I think that's why I say most Hollywood movies when they're made and it's about Christmas, it's usually snowing. So I think
Yeah.
that's why it's cold.
Yeah, I mean the seasons are changing right now. It's not always snowing in Christmas. It will snow maybe later in January or February. Yeah, but also, yeah, the snow, it's really nice to watch when it's coming down outside the window, but you don't really want to be out there. Yeah.
And speaking of, let's now move to the money part, the economy part.
Mm-hmm.
Um, right now, I don't know if you've heard, but right now we as Kenyans are kind of facing there's this weird atmosphere going on about the finance bill that was passed. People are saying, oh, we feel so kind of oppressed because the economy is not really nice. So that's the situation here. What about the situation in Austria where you are right now? How is it? How's the economy?
Um, One good thing about these countries is that they take care of their people. You
Mhm.
will work, you will work really hard, you will pay a lot of tax, but at the same time, the roads are really beautiful. You get a nice place to live, and that is why you feel like everything is, as much as you're paying a lot for this, it offers you a nice chance to live.
It's like you can actually see where the money is going to.
Yes,
So
exactly.
even the healthcare system is
The
legit.
healthcare system, you're paying for your own insurance, but whenever you have an emergency, you're taken good care of. And yeah, when you're paying insurance, you don't really have to worry about where my medical bill will be paid from or anything like that, because everything is taken care of like it should be.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
There are
okay.
working systems like the fire brigade, the ambulance, they're all functioning quite well. So you get a comfortable life where you don't really have to worry about how will I take care of my people in the next years or something like that, because you're just in a good place.
Hmm. That's
Yeah,
actually nice. That's actually one of the that's one of the reasons that will actually make me want to move over there, because who doesn't want to see to live in a place where you can actually see your taxes doing
yeah,
work? Because I
yeah.
mean, it's really important.
Mm-hmm.
And the food, I want to dive into the food section because I mean, I'm a foodie. I just
Yeah,
don't. We can't control our appetites. So, uh, speaking of food, are there any you're in Austria right now, right?
yes.
So, are there any stalls over there that sell the local Kenyan food, or it's just normal German street
Um, I mean, we don't really have people who are bringing like Kenyan stuff
food?
here, but you can find something similar. Like for ugali, you will find something similar. Skuma, we are improvising. You
Improvising.
really, yeah, I mean, there is something, it's a root vegetable called kohlrabi. And this is a funny story. Normally, they throw away the leaves or they give it to rabbits. So, and that's what you take, and we eat it. It tastes more like skuma. So that's like, yeah, what we have instead.
And
Yeah, and
you mentioned ugali. What's ugali called like over there? Is it still called ugali?
okay, we don't even have ugali here. So like it's another type of flour that they it's made of the same ingredients. So we just
Oh,
yeah,
it's still made of maize.
yeah,
I think they call it corn over there.
yes,
They
yes.
call it corn. And what are some of your favorite dishes or culinary experiences in Germany, Austria, France,
Yeah,
Italy?
I have to mention this. So this was one of my culture shocks when I came to Germany. Like I was waiting to have dinner, and I was served bread. Exactly. And I,
I
yeah,
continue, continue.
and I thought like maybe this is an afternoon snack or something, but it was already 8 p.m. So I was thinking, okay, we are eating bread tonight, bread with ham and cheese, and that was it. That was dinner, and that was dinner for 1 year for me.
Every
And
day.
yeah, unless I wanted to cook something for myself or for the family, I had to get used to that.
Oh, and that's what we eat here in Kenya. It's really weird because here we eat the bread, the tea in the morning. I think
But
it's like,
it's not like a toast bread. It's some other kind of dark bread. It's baked
oh,
differently, but yeah, that was bread.
oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
And I know speaking because you've also told me that you've been to Italy too. I'm pretty sure you've
Yeah.
traveled to Rome, right?
Yeah.
So, what
Mhm.
was the experience like in Rome? Is it all about religion, or how is it? Kindly paint a picture for me.
It's actually quite interesting because I was in Rome around Easter holiday, and that's when like everyone is traveling to Rome to see the Pope and the Vatican City and everything. So yeah, there is, I mean, religion is a big part of the city,
Mhm.
a lot of Catholic churches or something like that, but it's also quite a normal city. Yeah, Rome is about pizza, pasta, and very beautiful places to visit. It was a quite a good experience for me. I was there for a short time, but I would really go back and see
Really,
more. Yeah,
it was nice. It was that nice.
it was nice.
And these other countries. Oh, no. And let me ask about Rome again.
Hmm.
So is it that in Rome there's only Catholicism, Catholicism?
I think
Are there only
that's
Catholics? There are also Muslims, Hindus.
I think that's most of it, the Catholics. But yeah, I was there for a short time. I can't really say much about the religion.
Okay. And what
Yeah,
about Austria? What's the religion like over there?
it's also more Catholic churches. We have, I mean, churches in every small village, small town, and most of them are Catholic churches.
Oh,
But yeah, in Vienna, they have like the Protestant churches, they have the mosques and everything.
and
Yeah.
even France too. Even France.
Yeah, I think most of the biggest religion in Europe is Catholic.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That would actually makes sense.
Yeah.
Actually makes sense. Okay. Now, I'd like you to kindly tell me your experience living in Austria. How is it like so far? How has it like influenced you to being the beautiful woman that you are now, and like kind of your personal growth? How has it influenced you?
Living in Austria, it has been a very good experience for me. Vienna is a beautiful city, for one. There are so many different things you can do here. And I mean, it is also a international city with very many students around here. And it has also been ranked as the world's number one best livable city. So I agree that Vienna is a beautiful place to live. And what my experience has been, I have learned a lot. I have met very nice people, very good friends that I have been able to have long-lasting relationships with, and also the easy transport system that you can just be able to go around without worrying in the night, in the morning. It doesn't matter what time. You can just be able to travel around. It's also Vienna is also close to like other big cities like Bratislava, and it's also one historic city, very nice place to visit. So, um, yeah, what it has made me as a person, I have learned the Austrian culture, the beer culture.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
You've also learned how to be punctual.
exactly how to be punctual, and what else can I say? I don't really know. Yeah, but I really love this place. I would like to stay longer. I think it's a very beautiful city.
Oh, that's actually
Yeah.
nice. You're giving me more and more reasons of wanting to come over
Yes,
there.
a lot of
And
diversity we have here. Yeah. You can, I mean, whatever you like to do, you can always do it when you're here in Vienna.
mm,
Yeah.
okay, and you say that when you were studying there, you were also able to interact with fellow Kenyans. So, are there
Yeah.
many Kenyans there, or what's the ratio like?
There are, I mean, I cannot really tell how many there are, but at least 300, 400 registered Kenyans in Vienna. That's, yeah, a big number. And we always have Kenyan parties. We have a group of Kenyan people where we decide whenever we miss nyama choma, because it's not so easy to get, someone just decides to plan a party and we can all grill and have fun and meet together, speak Swahili at least. Yeah, it feels like home.
I bet the speaking Swahili part sells a lot because,
Yeah,
hey, you feel like as if you're home. You're finally, I can speak
yes.
Swahili and someone will understand me.
Yeah, you don't know how happy you just feel when you hear someone speaking Swahili next to you. You're like, oh, you're where you from? I'm from Kenya. Yeah,
Exactly,
okay.
exactly. I
Yeah.
think I think it's like for what am I going to put it like? For when I was studying in school too, I was in Catholic University of Eastern Africa. So it's kind of like
Hmm.
an international school because not really much of an international school, but it's because people from different countries across Africa go there too. So there was this group of Nigerians, and there's also this group of like people from West Africa, people from Chad, people from
Hmm.
Nigeria, people from DRC Congo. So for
Hmm.
the Congolese students, for them to know each other, they'd speak, I think, the Congolese language,
Yeah.
but also they'd speak French. So if you hear someone speaking French, you definitely know, huyu ni Mkongo, huyu ni Mkongo. And they used to
Yeah.
speak together. So when you've mentioned about Kenyans coming together and having parties together,
Yeah.
it actually made sense to me because I used to say it in school when I was in campus. And
Hmm.
also for the Nigerians too. But Nigerians, I think anyone would know them because of their
Yeah.
accent. And if you
Yeah.
read, Nollywood is has moved from Nigeria and it's now over here through songs too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So yeah, it actually makes sense for people coming together.
exactly.
Mm. And for school, what's the have you graduated yet or you're about to?
I will finish my master's degree next year in
Oh,
September. Yeah.
nice, nice, nice. Masters. Everyone likes someone who likes to study. So what's the graduation process like over there?
Graduation process, I can tell from my bachelor program. I mean, it was, yeah, you wear the gowns and then there are speeches and then you pick your certificate in front of everyone, you get your photos and yeah, small party, champagne and drinks and exactly.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So I bet you really had a nice time traveling to all these places.
Yeah, I mean, traveling is a good experience. You get to see different people, you get to have fun. You experience things like you never thought you would, and it's it's always at the back of your memory somewhere when you go to these different places. There's always something that you pick up from there, and it's always fun. Yeah.
Nice. And as I wind up, just in the interest of time, I want to kind of dive a little into the infrastructure side.
Hmm.
So, what's the infrastructure like in Austria and Germany and all these other places that you visited? What's the infrastructure like? How's the roads? Is it is here in Kenya?
The roads are pretty smooth. Like it's very rare to get like a Maram road or somewhere that's not really done. The roads are getting repaired almost every year. So yeah, it's quite smooth. We have the highways. You have to always drive if you have to drive. Um, if you're not really allowed to drive slowly, you have to drive. It's one if it's 130, you have to drive so fast. Otherwise, you can get arrested if you're delaying other people from getting to wherever they want to.
Germans and the punctuality.
Yeah,
And how old are you? How old do you have to be allowed to drive?
17 years is the
17 years.
youngest,
You
but
can get your driving
people
license.
start with 15 to do the theory courses because like it's quite a difficult process. If I remember, the theory driving course you have to learn like you have to be able to answer 5,000 questions, I guess. I think so. Yeah,
And all these 5,000 questions are about driving.
yes, about road safety, about traffic lights, about traffic signs, about who has the right of way or something like how to react when there is an accident or when you have a puncture or something like that. There is really a lot to study. You're studying like you're studying for a master's degree.
So they even teach you how to change a tire.
No, you just have to know
Oh,
the procedure.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. And also still on the infrastructure, how's the housing like over there? Is it affordable? Is it good housing, considering you mentioned that the taxes are used properly?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on whatever you prefer. You can get the housing is quite expensive, I have to say. Like, um, you get a one bedroom apartment for around 500 euro. That's like more than 50,000 Kenya shilling.
Eh,
Yeah, and that's why if you're a student, you prefer to like take a shared apartment with different people, and that's when you share the costs and it becomes cheaper. But otherwise, if you're working, if you have a normal job, you can able to afford like your own place.
mm,
Yeah.
okay. And are there any notable landmarks that you'd mention, which when you saw you were like, oh my God, like the Eiffel Tower? Are there any other
Hmm.
landmarks that you saw? We say possibly in Germany, Austria, Italy.
Um, well, I can think of my last trip to the US. Like it was a road trip from New York to Las Vegas, and that's when I can say I saw most of the stuff. I got to see the Niagara Falls. I got to see the Grand Canyon, the Horseshoe Bend. I got to see the Salt Flats in Utah. Las
Mhm.
Vegas is a beautiful place. Yeah, this trip in Las Vegas, I mean, that was like a different experience for me.
Oh,
Like,
oh my,
yeah,
you have so many, you have so many memories.
yeah. I also went to Mexico. Yeah, I saw some of the Maya pyramids, the very old pyramids that are quite famous historical places. And yeah, that was a very good experience for me.
Oh, oh
Yeah.
my God. I bet when you go back to let's say you visit you talk to your friends who are back here in Kenya, and you're kind of connecting and catching up since you haven't seen each other for a very long time. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure you're the one who keeps on talking because you're like, then I went here, then I went here, and they're like, and there's more, and there's more coming. Yeah. So I'd actually like to sit down with you and have a talk because you
Yeah.
have a lot of stories to share, and it's
Yeah.
actually really interesting listening to you talk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It has been a wonderful experience, I can say, from traveling to different places. Yeah.
Okay. Huh. So I just have one last question for you, just so that
Mm-hmm.
we can wind up. Um, out of all the countries that you visited, which one would you like to? Which country did you have the best experience in? Which out of all the countries that you visited, which one did you have? I know you've had a lot of good experiences, but I'm pretty sure there's one that ilishika pale, it was the at the top of your list.
Yeah, I mean, if I had any other choice, I would still choose to live in Austria.
Oh,
Yes, but the best experience was the US. The the holiday time, you're just there, you're relaxing, you're traveling, you're having fun. Austria is where I live, it's where I study, it's where I work, so that's something else. But still, I will always choose to live here. Yeah.
nice, nice, nice. And I also want to come and live in Austria. So that makes two of us.
Yes. Well, if you get the chance, you can come and experience the fun with us.
Yeah, and have bread for dinner.
Bread for dinner. I'll shock you. You'll get the culture shocks from here.
Yeah, I okay. So thank you, Saumu. Thank you for joining us on this podcast. It was really nice getting all these insights from you. And who knows, you might see me in Austria tomorrow or next week.
Come, please join me. I need more friends.
Yeah, you definitely do. You definitely need a little bit of more Swahili.
Yeah,
So I'll come
exactly.
and join. So yeah, that's it. Thank you, Saumu. Thank you so much. We'll invite you another time and we can enjoy your stories and your experiences again. Thank you again and thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.